An odd figure shuffles across the path. You draw your sword and follow, eventually creeping behind a small girl holding an infant. The child wheels around to look at you, the bundled babe in her arms comfortably asleep. You ask what they're doing way out here. The girl shrugs. Running from the bads. You cautiously glance around before asking what she means. She responds as if the answer to the question is tiresomely obvious. The bads. We buried them good, but they came up bad. Now they're killing everyone, so I run. I run from the bads. She peers down at the infant and then out toward the land. Excuse me, sir. My grandfather lives yonder. He is expecting me and me alone. You grab her shoulder and ask where her parents are. She shrugs off your hand. They're with the bads. Now excuse me, I must get going. Clutching the baby, the girl quickly ducks into some brush. Such a little thing, she hardly makes a noise thereafter, and you've little doubt that her safe silence will see her to her destination. Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 84. It looks like we started off this episode with yet another warning about the impending crisis. It hasn't begun just yet, but that definitely tells us it won't be much longer now. In the meantime, we're headed back to the Mugger's Nest to... Hold on. Looks like we spotted a couple of Nazzul, but we're not going to bother with them. We're out here for much bigger game at the moment. Now, the last time we passed by this way, our scouting reports told us that this bandit stronghold contained a sizable number of bandits, including both a bandit leader and a master swordsman. At this point in the campaign, bandits obviously don't stand much of a chance against us, but elite units like those can still pose a bit of a challenge. More importantly, they also have a chance of spawning with unique items. If we get lucky, we might actually walk away from this fight with something we can use. Aside from the sheer number of bandits we're up against, there's nothing out of the ordinary here. They do have an awful lot of marksmen, but we should be able to scatter at least a few of them by aggressively charging their line. Alright, we took a few light hits, but definitely nothing to worry about. Now it's time to return fire. Oh, and there's the elite units. We've got the Swordmaster on the north, and the Manhunter bringing up the rear. That fighting axe might cost us a shield, but otherwise we shouldn't have any trouble here. Fox starts us off, putting an arrow through a crossbowman's side. Bunny takes down the wounded crossbowman. Then she follows up by lightly wounding another marksman. Uh-oh. Wojtek is being threatened. We've also got the swordsman coming in from the north, but Reinhard should be able to delay him. I may have made a slight tactical error here. It's fine. I think I've actually already got a pretty good idea of how we can handle this. I got moves up, stabbing a bandit through the shoulder. Kairon switches places with Wojtek, pulling the archer out of harm's way. He then follows up by plunging his dagger into a bandit's side. Moving into round 2. Fox puts arrows in a bandit bowman's leg and chest. Wojtek methodically executes 2 bandits, then puts an arrow in a third one's chest. We really need to plug that gap in the line so they can't keep reaching our archers. The Manhunter's engaged. He's currently got Reinhard and Vlad under threat. Belfontaine stabs a bandit in the kidney. Vlad cripples a bandit's leg, then he quickly switches off to his shield. Roderick tears through the enemy line, slicing a bandit pikeman's artery. Eraton forces one of the bandits back with his shield. Then he steps forward and plunges his dagger through the man's shoulder. Reinhard's in a pretty bad spot here. He's got the Manhunter on one side and the Swordmaster on the other. We'll just keep him on the defensive for now. Kairon puts his blade through a bandit's arm. Moving into round 4. Roderick just took a light wound, but it looks like his new armor is actually holding up pretty well. Uh-oh. Belfontaine just took a pretty nasty beating. He lost half his health and all of his armor. Wojtek cuts down a bandit pikeman, then shoots a bowman in the chest. Ooh, and Belfontaine just got his shoulder split open. Unfortunately, that also broke his morale, which makes it a lot harder to get him out of there safely. Bunny puts an arrow in the other bandit pikeman's chest. Vlad brutally cuts down a bandit, then stabs the Manhunter through the shoulder as well. Nicely done. I got stabs yet another bandit through the shoulder. Roderick cleaves open a bandit's chest, then kills the man standing next to him with a quick follow-up strike. Araton puts his dagger in a bandit's chest. Kazarin slips his blade. Oh! Hey, Belfontaine made it out. I have to say, I really didn't expect him to survive that. Of course, I'm probably speaking too soon. He's at 1 hit point, and there are still 4 enemy marksmen on the field. Okay, I got just cut down a fleeing bandit. They're definitely starting to wear us down here. Oh, wow. Belfontaine just blocked a throwing axe with his helmet. Belfontaine just needs to hold out a little longer. He'll run to a safe distance at the end of the turn. Wojtek carefully fires through the ranks, killing a bandit with his first shot. And his second shot. And he's 3 for 3. Alessandro cuts down a bowman as well. Then he hits another one with a flesh wound. Bunny lands a glancing hit. I got executes one of the broken bandits. Roderick readies his shield and rushes the last of the bandit bowmen. Vlad lands a light hit on the Manhunter. There we go. Several of the bandits start to flee. The Manhunter tries to flee as well, taking several light hits in the process. At this point, it's probably safe to say we've more or less won the fight, though we do still have that Swordmaster to deal with. Let's see if we can pick off some of the runners. Henry stabs a broken bandit through the leg. Wojtek takes down the last bandit bowman. Bunny mows down a fleeing bandit. Then she shoots another one through the leg as well. Alessandro finishes off the leg shot bandit, and I guess we should start moving our archers toward that swordmaster. Reinhard continues keeping the swordmaster busy. And Vlad takes out half the swordmaster's armor with his billhook. Belfontaine takes cover in the bushes. Roderick continues pursuing the fleeing archers. I got lands a glancing hit. Not enough to do significant damage, but just enough to break the bandit's morale. Kairon cuts down the last active bandit. Then he joins Roderick in running down the fleeing archers. We're going to need the dogs here. The Manhunter tries to flee, but Vlad hacks into his leg and chest, leaving him on the brink of death. Okay, Reinhardt's at 50%, so we definitely need to get some reinforcements up there. Fox finishes off the Manhunter, and the rest of the raiders begin converging on the Swordmaster. There we go. We're finally starting to make a bit of progress. A Swordmaster's melee defenses are almost insurmountable, but it's a lot easier to chip away at them with ranged attacks. Roderick carefully advances and lets his dog off the leash. I got stabs the last bandit shieldman through the arm. Eraton stabs the last bandit through the hand. The shieldman tries to run as well, but I got brutally cuts him down. Oof. Okay, Reinhardt's definitely in bad shape. We really need to take the Swordmaster down. The archers begin bombarding the Swordmaster from every direction, steadily wearing down his defenses. There we go. Alessandro lands a solid hit, fatally wounding the stubborn swordsman. The fight's pretty much over at this point. We just need to take out those last two marksmen. Roderick catches up with one of the bandits, making short work of the man with his dagger. Okay, I think this is dragging on a bit too much, so we'll just let the last one go. That was definitely a tougher fight than I thought it would be. Belfontaine and Reinhard will both be sidelined for a few days. At least we got a level out of it. Vlad just hit level 14. It also looks like... Oh, wow. Wojtek is undisputed MVP with 7 kills. Well, there's no unique items, but there is a decent amount of valuable vendor trash. I'll pick out the best pieces, then we'll start heading back towards Sea Camp. Welcome back. We've only got about 8 minutes left on the clock, so once again, we're rounding things out with a nice, easy bandit fight. As usual, these guys won't pose much of a challenge, but the fight should net us some quick loot and some easy XP for our lower level recruits. Fox gets first blood, immediately cutting down an enemy marksman. Then he follows up by shooting another bandit in the side. Wojtek takes down the other enemy marksman, then puts an arrow through an advancing bandit's knee. Bunny takes down the wounded bandit, then lands a glancing hit on another one. Alessandro puts 2 arrows into a bandit, piercing his side and breaking his morale. Dominic moves up, cracking a bandit's skull with his flail. Rondus draws his greatsword, cutting down a bandit and advancing into the thickest clump of enemies. Retcon lands a glancing hit with a throwing axe. Janos finishes off a badly wounded bandit. Moving into round 2. Alessandro pierces a thug's chest, breaking his morale. Sir Skelibate takes a light hit, but his armor absorbs the brunt of it. Sir Skelibate smacks a bandit upside the head. Dominic moves up, breaking yet another bandit's morale. He immediately takes advantage of the situation, clubbing one bandit to death and wounding another. Disappointing. Rondus vents his frustration by impaling a bandit through the chest. Retcon lands 2 more throwing axes, severing a bandit's artery. Janos tears through the enemy ranks, slaughtering 2 bandits who get in his way. Wojtek shoots a bandit through the neck, then finishes him off with a second shot. Alessandro lands a glancing hit, as does Fox. Woe slices open a bandit's leg. Rondus takes down one of the last two bandits. Then he stabs the other one through the shoulder as well. Then Dominic darts in and strikes the final blow. We didn't get any level ups, but we did get some easy experience points, and Janos pulled MVP with 3 kills. The loot's pretty mediocre, but I'll take a moment to pick out the most valuable pieces. After that, I think we'll actually head to Dornan. We ended up chasing these guys right past Sea Camp. And we're back. We've made our way to Dornan, taken care of some trading, and now there's a nice 3-skull contract waiting for us. Let's check it out before we end the episode. You enter Dornan, and a man immediately approaches, trundling through the mud to get to you. He announces himself as someone in the employ of Radolf of Dornan, a man of some power in this town, and he, along with the thoughts and monies of others, has decided to seek your services. You settle into Radolf of Dornan's room, taking a seat, rubbing your hands along the wooden frame. It's a good oak, a once tree worth sitting in. Glad you're comfortable, sellsword, but I sure as hell ain't. We have many, many warnings that a large group of brigands are about to attack our town. We're quite short on defense, but not short on crowns. Obviously, that's where you come in. Are you interested? Well, that's a refreshingly straightforward job offer. The pay's not bad either. Okay, we'll take the job and we'll pick up here next time. See you then. Hey, RetconRaider here. As usual, today's battle was a stark reminder of just how quickly things can end up turning on you in a game like Battle Brothers. Although we clearly outclassed the bandits we were up against, all it took was a few lucky shots to put 2 of the raiders on death's door. Fortunately, we still managed to turn things around before we ended up losing anyone. As much as I would like to bring in some of the other viewers on the waiting list, I'd like to keep our current raiders alive, if at all possible. Of course, given what's right around the corner, I may not end up having much say in the matter. Next time, we'll obviously be defending Dornan from yet another army of bandits. I guess it's only fair, considering that we're the ones who conquered Dornan back during the Noble War. Besides, it also gives us another chance to find some unique items. Since this is a 3-skull contract, we're pretty much guaranteed to run into at least 1 or 2 elite troops. We'll definitely be seeing some bandit leaders, but hopefully we'll also end up running into mercenaries or hedge knights as well. Granted, the RNG hasn't been particularly kind to us where loot is involved, but we're bound to get lucky, sooner or later. This is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Battle Brothers, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, or the fan-run wiki. Links are in the description.